sure you want the rest of it?
Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast.
Every penny's worth.
Welcome to Dirty Harry Minute, the only podcast in the whole wide world web that reviews every minute of the 1971 Warner Brothers classic Dirty Harry, featuring Harry Gardino. I'm your host, John, and I'm joined as ever by
Trent,
Tim,
and our returning guest, Shane.
Oh, hi.
That's the sound of his voice.
you were saying about the only podcast in the worldwide
Web.
okay, damn it. I was going to say, how do you know Pitcairn Island don't have a Dirty Harry Minute?
How do you know what year it is that I'm listening to this?
The internet's probably broken under the weight of all the Trump tweets. Yeah.
In your intro, when you say Warner Brothers, I've just got such a close connection with the Bugs Bunny
right.
Warner Brothers. I see the circles and I hear the theme kind of building in the background. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Dirty Harry. It's quite different to like kids' cartoons.
Most of our listeners think Police Academy, I think. It's fair to say.
well, in today's society, it's probably Harry Potter or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DC films.
The Matrix.
Yeah, yes.
Those are their cash cows.
Yeah.
They did something with the Warner Brothers logo in those movies too, some of them.
Yeah, they started playing around with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Is Warner Brothers still around as a recording company, Trent? Or are they?
Think so. I don't know.
Oh, Warner Music?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
They're part of Universal now? I don't know. No, they wouldn't be now.
It's weird in Australia, though, because the distributors are different. So we get different labels here to our international listeners in Pitcairn Island. But the
America, the band were on Warner's, weren't they?
They were.
In the back of the I remember seeing the WB or whatever it was.
Yeah, a Kinney company.
Yeah.
With this, Shane, because you haven't listened to any of the previous episodes, as if you blatantly told us.
I still haven't listened to it, yes.
We had a discussion, I think, in episode 1 just about the Warner Brothers logo and how different it looked in this film to how it looks now.
Oh, right, yeah.
You would have loved to have been a part of that minute, I'm sure.
I do like fonts. It's
Yeah.
a secret love of mine, and kerning. I could go on and on about kerning, which is the spacing.
What's the
between
Dirty
letters.
Harry font, Tim? Helvetica or something?
Yeah, I think
That
so.
is a great documentary. Have you seen Helvetica?
No.
You should see that documentary. It's in my top 10 favorite all time.
Oh.
And they make you love the font, and then they make you hate the font.
really?
It's great. It really is one of those movies, those documentaries with a twist in the middle.
I think I tried to watch it once and I just kind of thought,
But I
don't
love
know
fonts.
if a font
I
documentary could...
love
Was it on Netflix, is it? Or
Oh, I can't remember.
It's on
like on
just
SBS or something.
the Pirates have it. The Pirates have got it. So if you can just get it from them, they'll let you take it.
the people with
Just
eye patches
pirates.
and stuff like that on ships? Is that what we're talking about?
They also won't
They need a good
but
font to read.
That's right. They're more about symbols, skulls and crossbones. Yeah.
Tim, do you have a favourite documentary? Because mine is Dirty Harry's Way, which is included on the bonus feature.
Do we count TV shows or
Yeah.
TV documentaries?
You mean the 90210 retrospective? Is that your bag, baby?
Degrassi Hunt? No.
yeah.
I found Making a Murderer very, very addictive. Don't know if you've all seen that. It's too new for...
Is he Scorpio-like?
Well, no. he's like very bogan.
More Snowtown than San Fran.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, we're here today to review this minute, being minute 18. This minute begins with Bressler saying, "Wait a minute," and ends with Harry asking Chico Gonzalez, "So, you from around here?"
We finally meet Chico. Good. He was just standing there doing nothing.
He was sitting down waiting for his moment to shine with the door
Yeah,
closed.
Did you guys think he had a look of contempt on his face?
Self-assuredness. Like, what have I got myself in for? But also, no, I'll be able to handle this.
Or was it just he'd been waiting there too long?
Well, he kind of was looking at Harry and it's like oh, I don't know, like he
This guy.
didn't like that.
This guy. This is going to be hard work. No, I think he's competent and he's confident.
I think he was really thinking, "Hey, Bressler, you're supposed to get me a coffee too, aren't you?" It's my first day.
Such
bit of
a
overtime.
fancy machine as well.
Now, did anyone think Chico, oh, is that Mr. Bean?
I can see it now, but no.
Look at the suit. I just looked up Chico Gonzalez on Google.
And with 7 million hits.
It's come up with this guy, Francisco Chico Antonio Gonzalez Silverio, is a political poet and writer, and he's got the most delicious moustache and pink shirt with huge lapels. This is what Chico in this film should look like.
Oh, look at him. What a dashing older fellow.
Now, is his name really Chico? Or
Yeah, Wikipedia at the top. It's Chico Gonzalez.
When's he going to get a haircut?
Well, yeah.
Now, listeners, my wife is from Colombia, and she insists that Chico is not a real name. It's a nickname. It literally means little boy. Chica, Chico means boy, and it's certainly from Colombia anyway.
What
It's
about
not a common
Apple?
name.
Is Apple a real name?
It's just Gwyneth Paltrow's.
Anything is a name. Why not?
Now, I love this minute, Shane,
Yes.
and I've just got a single note here I took many days ago just saying lovely 70s colours.
Oh, yes.
Or the tie.
The tie.
Braz's
Yeah.
tie.
Yeah, I focused in on that today after your fashion tips. I knew
It
we were
had
going
more
to talk.
colours than I thought.
There's black in there. Yeah, I knew we were going to talk about ties. Yeah.
And right at the end, there's a red feather. Did you guys
No, I
see
didn't
that?
see that.
In the
Really?
background? In some, like in a vase or a vase? Sorry.
A feather in a vase,
But like a
Yeah.
peacock feather or something.
It looked like
but they're not red.
Didn't see that. Where? In a vase?
to the right of the scene.
Behind who?
I think it was next to that. Did you see he had like a transistor radio on the left in the background?
Yeah, I think I did see
And
it.
then he had some sort of weird switchboard or some electronic thing.
Yeah, I
I
think I
think it
saw
was
that
next
as
to
well.
that. Did you know that?
Oh, I don't know.
That controls the helicopters. no drones back
yeah,
then.
drones.
Or the remote control car? Yeah, that's what you're thinking in the Deadpool.
Remote controls in 1970s had a wire.
Yeah.
So he also had, there was the photo of his, presumably wife and daughter, I think.
Someone's wife.
Yes. Now it's been flagged, and we'll consider this a comment for a future minute, but maybe accidentally the same picture appears behind the mayor or the chief or someone else in future minutes.
Wow.
Well, look, it was San Francisco 1971. It was free love.
Keys in a bowl.
I think that's the family that comes when you purchase that. And it just, you don't swap it out if you don't have a wife at home.
That's right. He could just be putting on a ruse for, trying to make himself look more of a family man than he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he was actually a confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
And, it was a front. Against the judgment of people like Harry.
Deep. There's so many conspiracies we were launching.
Well, speaking of judgments, Harry's very quick. I think we'll see in the next minute particularly, but he's quite angry about his latest pairing, isn't he?
Well, I was going to say, you learn a bit about his
People
partner's
skills.
histories or bad misfortune
That too.
Yeah.
comes
yeah.
up. So, and interestingly, they're all what sounds very ethnic.
Dietzik and Fanducci.
Giorgio, I think.
He's
They're Italian names, are they?
He's Fatso.
Well, I
we see
think so,
later
yeah.
on. John Robert Mitchum's brother.
And I'm a bit confused. His partner's in the hospital, is 2 weeks or whatever. But do we know that? Like, is this the first that we're hearing about this?
Yes, yeah. So he's just saying he doesn't want a partner because he's
got one. It's
he's
just
in the hospital, and then the other one's dead, and
No.
And generally they get in the way. They're the second fiddle to him. you
he's a
know.
loner.
Really?
He's up
we
at
know
3.
that. Okay.
He's up at 3 a.m. checking search patterns.
Checking his search history.
He'd rather even have, as he says, DiGiorgio is his partner later that he
Yeah.
meringues for being fat and overweight. I'd rather have him than this. Who's
Is
this guy?
Frank?
Mr.
Is that
Bean.
Frank?
Well, look, I mean, he's either checking files at 3 a.m. or, if he was alive 30 years later, he'd be watching infomercials at 3 a.m. So,
Or watching the psychic hotline.
Psychic hotline. Oh, that's amazing.
Pretty much research. That's all we got to go on. And
He wouldn't just be watching; he'd be calling up.
so, this gun nut from Chicago comment, are they saying that the gun nut is from Chicago, or that the message has come from Chicago?
No, they've just. What does he say? It's come over the wires. Just a tip that
I don't think
there's
it's
a
clear.
gun nut.
My first thought was it's in Chicago. What does he have to do with?
Yeah, I mean, is this a serial killer that's moved into your town from over there?
Yeah, I assume it's some sort of
Something
check,
like that.
some background check or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
Harry didn't discover that in the search patterns. No.
I don't know, John, you'd be the one to know this, but have you seen, are there available copies of the multiple drafts of the script?
No, I've had a quick look and I can't find Jack Straw.
You can't find any script or
No, Shane, you're the...
Oh no, I'm more
You're the Julian
transcript.
Julian
let's
Assange?
write it down minute by minute.
No, but I'd love to find them. I'm looking.
Yeah, because I just thinking about that line about the gun nut. I'd love to know how much was remaining when Audie Murphy was still cast in the role of Scorpio.
Oh, yes, yeah. He's the war hero, Shane, that...
he was a World War II veteran.
Real life.
In real life and became an actor, usually playing war heroes. But he was originally cast as a crazed veteran as Scorpio, and he pulled out the last minute.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
He may have been that, yeah.
You'd need a reputable site for scripts, because I imagine anyone like me could just write out a script and guess at half the words, and then that's the only thing out there. But it would be great to think that there's 5 copies that you could get and compare.
Interesting. Must be hard finding scripts that old, though.
Yeah.
Because it was all, on typewriters or...
Yeah, there'd be like a single
handwritten
copy, not infinite copies like we have now.
Yeah.
Everything is just...
Though
taken
in
by the
America, I
Russians.
assume they lodged more things with the Congress, do they, for copyright reasons and
Probably.
so forth? I don't know.
I think, Shane, you should just write a few fake scripts.
Yeah, well, I did always title mine a transcript because I wasn't, from the horse's mouth. It was from whatever I heard. I feel like, with digital files, like even today I was at Officeworks, like getting a print of a photo, but it took everything that was on my USB, 4,000 photos or something, just to show me back, which one would you like to print, Shane? I'm like, this is going to the American government, isn't it? This is how the NSA... Yeah. So there's copies of everything now, but back then, you're right. Rare. Scarcity was a real thing, right? Now with digital media. Yeah.
Scarcity.
I don't know how to say it. I just know how to defend it.
This just coming through the wires. Trent.
Yeah, I can't find an entire script, but I can see the scan of a second draft dated September 23rd, 1970. So I don't know. I'll have to do some more looking into when it changed hands.
Complete?
Yeah, it appears. You can't download it, but it's just a photo of the cover of the second draft.
Oh, wow.
Anything could be in it.
Reverse image search it. Someone might have it.
Well, I think that was just a few months before Sinatra pulled out, so maybe it's got some of the...
musical numbers that were in the original. No.
Probably still set in Seattle and whatever.
Oh, eBay has an original script, but it's April 1st, 1971.
April Fools.
Revised final. If anyone's interested, it's currently, as of today's date, 21st of April 2018, selling for $2,100 with a $57 postage to wherever.
$29.50, 1971.
God.
Well, this is a good scene, Tim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're talking about a film.
Yeah, I like meeting Chico.
And it's good getting, for once, Harry's interrupting every time Chico talks, whereas, in the first scene with his superiors, he's being interrupted all the time by Bressler against the chief and the mayor.
Yeah, well, this is... another thing is the reference to the 5th floor.
Yeah. Is that just the mayor, or is it the chief?
I don't know.
He points up. That's very important. He's coming from the 5th floor. Wow.
Is that his coded word of saying... this could be a minority appointment, affirmative action, this has come from the... No? Yeah.
No, you've got to make it racial.
Final,
I don't want to make it racial, but people said this movie, it had coded dog whistles to certain people, but I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't
This
know.
is news to me. Okay, so it's not your...
You just think it was the chief, maybe? The mayor, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows?
Yeah, I'm on your side, but we're overruled here.
That's the thing. He's playing the middleman again.
Yeah.
I never understood as a kid. I was like, why are the more prestigious firms located higher up?
Oh, it's a thing.
Surely it should be the first floor because they're most important. If there's a fire, they can get out first.
No,
the president.
They want the view.
The view, yeah.
But all their meetings are on the first floor.
But they've got the inconvenience of getting longer to get to their place.
But it's a status thing. It's the inconvenience of...
And
But the higher you go, the more likely you're to wear a crochet swimsuit and be shot, right? In the pool. I also love just when Bressler sees he's like tickled pink at the end. Where he's like, did you see? Like when
Yeah.
Harry has to deal with this.
Is that in the next minute? Or
I think
this
it's
one?
just in this minute.
one? I
Before
wasn't
they
sure.
walk
Right
at
at
the
the
door.
end,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say.
Or you're not working.
Well,
and
that's
he
what
walks out.
when we were talking about their relationship, and he give that like wink or smile to Chico, I think, and it's kind of like he's ribbing Harry. Like
Yeah.
it's like he's just pushing Harry to as far as he can.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
So I think they've got that playful sort of that implies some sort of playful relationship.
Yeah, it's like almost also like a good luck.
Yeah.
You'll have fun with this, buddy.
Do you think Chico looks like a young guy?
No.
He looks a bit old.
He looks nervous. Well, not nervous, but he's way he sort of hunches a little bit, and he's kind of skinny
Really?
and lanky.
No, I didn't get that.
He's lived, but this is new for him.
I actually think he does look quite young, relatively.
Yeah.
Wow, three opinions. Is that what you wanted, John? Because that's what you got.
But I kind of agree with you. Like he doesn't look like fresh out of the
Yeah.
academy or whatever.
I think he
Yeah.
looks quite confident, and he's just
Yeah.
silent, and he's just waiting.
Young
He's
but
like,
confident.
I've got this.
Yeah.
I think.
young
yeah,
but
not
confident.
nervous. I wouldn't have said.
No, nervous is probably the wrong word. Like new to where he is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know? I just remembered when I first watched this, and when they tried to introduce Chico, I kind of thought the film's called Dirty Harry, and so like, why would he have a partner? Like, surely his
Did
partner's
you fear for his life? This
yeah,
poor
I did.
guy.
I did. Either that, or he just was something as like not. He wasn't going to be a partner, you know.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
And this is your partner, cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder. Yeah, I think the more meaty and fun exploration of Chico and how much his relationship with Harry in the future is in the next minute. Gonna see.
I guess
Where's this guy come from?
buddy cop films weren't a thing back then, were they?
Don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some.
I mean, they kind of probably more took off in the 80s.
Yeah.
With,
Like 48 Hours
Yeah.
and Lethal Weapon.
yeah.
When they knew it was a trope, and they're like, "Oh, this is what people want." And
Well, this
they
movie,
expect-
this movie began the trope.
is that right?
All these things, the
You've gotta have
templates,
the
like
partner. You got to be an odd
Yeah.
couple, and
Or maybe
On
it
the
was more
edge.
of a TV thing. Like when was Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah, that was a few years later. Streets of San Francisco.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
yeah, just trying to think of some other ones from then. There was what was that film, The Super Cops, which was 1973, and it was based on some two cops in New York who uncovered some corruption that was meant to be quite good. I can't remember who's in it though.
yeah.
there's also the great mismatch pairing in Turner and Hooch and Canine. But this movie started it all. This started all the cliches of the cop on the edge, and the partner, the template, have a murder within the first 5 minutes, have like an end shootout near water, and then helicopter, all that sort of stuff.
well, yeah, that gets lost on a lot of people. Like when they see Citizen Kane, it's like a bunch of cliches. But like, where do you think they came from? Like,
Yeah.
Well, hey, another. I don't know if you call it buddy cop, but partner cops were in The French Connection, which was the same year.
Oh, yeah.
With Roy Schneider.
Roy
Sorry, Scheider.
By Scheider. But do you sympathise with? He's called Popeye, isn't he?
Popeye Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about drug dealers gone bad and stuff. He killed. Like, are you rooting for him? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just killers killing each other, drug dealers killing each other and stuff. Or
I suppose you're just rooting for justice.
he beats up crims as well, doesn't
Yeah,
he? Like
he's
an alleyway
rough.
or something.
But the idea is that these peddlers are pushing onto innocent people and
Yeah.
whatnot. That like a lot of 70s drug related things. It's and people at that age group will say, "Oh, well, it's the innocent victims who get it pushed onto them, not the stinking dealers and whatnot."
Yeah. No, I should check it out.
I like the second one better.
No, I didn't
Weirdly
like the
enough,
second
didn't
one.
yeah.
From memory.
It's so strange. I loved the first one. I saw the second. I fucking loved
There's a
this.
trend here with you, Trent, isn't there?
What's that?
Shaft in Africa, Godfather 2, French Connection 2.
But not Police Academy 2.
Yeah, you guys love 3-1, whatever the order is. 3-1,
Into
2-4.
Bernie's 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. I just had a thought, which, speaking of, canine and cop buddy films, which one did it better? Canine, Turner and Hooch, or Sudden Impact?
Oh, yeah, the dog. Yeah.
There was a
Suddenly
dog.
back,
Meathead.
of course. Yeah, Meathead. Yeah.
That's the name of the dog. It's this ugly bulldog.
The movie where the killers get shot in a big old dick. Is that what your dad said? Yeah.
Yeah, they just said, that's the one where she shoots him in the dick. Like,
Well, I'm so glad, Shane, that you've joined us for these last few minutes. And I'd like
Thank
to
you.
apologise for the 2 helicopter minutes, but these last 2 minutes have cleansed the palate.
Absolutely.
You had a good sandwich of Harry.
I know what you're saying, and I did have a good sandwich because we felt lucky, and then we met Chico, and then there was a little bit of a quiet moment with the helicopter. And, yeah, whatever. It all runs together pretty nicely. I think even like the first 20 minutes, it's like stands up very, very well. Modern audiences, they won't be bored. Even that little helicopter scene. It's 1 minute, right? It's 1 minute when you dissect it, but it's 1 minute out of 20 when you watch it. So
We're picking at straws at our favourite movies, so every minute of these is gold that I love. I'm just pointing out the minutes that are a bit lacklustre comparatively,
some
but
minutes
still good.
are more equal than others.
we'd love to hear your suggestions, though.
Yes, please.
John will no doubt update on the website where to contact us, but we'd love to hear, what's working, what's not working for what you're listening to. And
I get it. I won't be here next week. How passive aggressive. Jesus.
Yes, listeners, please go to dirtyharryminute.com for all your needs. Thank you for joining us. Shane, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, love your work. I'll keep listening to your show.
You mean you'll just start listening?
Of course I will now. I'll have to.
We'll catch you next time on Dirty Harry
Harry
Minute.
Minute.
Dirty Harry Minute.
Minute.